So thanks for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about your business and what your role is in it?
Well, I'm Cressida Granger of Mathmos, inventors of the lava lamp, and I'm the managing director there. And Mathmos has been manufacturing lava lamps in pools since 1963. And we fill all the lava lamp bottles by hand in our factory, and we sell them on 8 international websites all over Europe.
So can you tell us a little bit about how COVID had an impact on your business?
I think at the beginning of COVID, Mathmos, like lots of businesses across the land, were, very worried about how it would affect us, whether it would stop us coming into work at all, whether people would be ill, whether people would buy our product, and what would happen. So the beginning days were just days of worry, really.
So moving to the grant support, what made you apply for the grant and what were you hoping it would achieve?
I think in the early days, we were watching out for any support that was coming from government, and I'm signed up to the BCP, the email newsletter, and noticed that there were grants going, and so we identified that as a possibly useful thing for Mathmos and looked into it. Mathmos's project for the grant was to enhance our mix line. So we fill by hand all the lava lamps that we make in our factory in Poole. And it's a very bespoke process. Obviously, there's nothing you can buy that, there's not too many people making lava lamps. So we have a very bespoke thing, and we wanted to invest in different bits of it to make it more flexible, to make us be able to make more lamps in a day or less, and to enable us to widen our range with smaller or bigger bottles.
What did this grant enable you to do that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise?
So it helped to deliver flexibility. So we were able to ramp up our production so that we could very quickly make a lot more lamps, which was in fact needed because in COVID, demand for our lamps grew a lot, which we weren't expecting. But it also meant that we could make small candle-powered lamps, which were very manual before, and large giant lamps that we'd wanted to do for ages. So we were able to expand our range and our staff.
So we moved on from the COVID crisis now, but we now found ourselves in another difficult situation with the cost of living. Where do you think your business would be now looking at the new challenges if you didn't have that grant?
I think the project's helped enormously. So the grant's given us a much more stable production line. So as I mentioned, we've grown our range of lava lamps, which means that we're able to offer cheaper lava lamps if people are struggling, and also giant installation lava lamps. So we're much stronger in terms of what the future's got to throw at us. Mathmos has been here, it'll be 60 years next year. So we've been manufacturing lava lamps for, in Poole this whole time. So there's no plans to move that. We will be continuing to do that. I think it's really amazing to have made a product for so long in one place. But we are an international brand, so we sell everywhere. And we primarily export, in fact.